Right now, your wallet feels tighter than it has in years. Groceries cost more. Rent keeps climbing. Gas prices refuse to settle. Medical bills don't wait. And every month, you're forced to stretch every dollar just a little bit further than before. Maybe you've skipped meals. Maybe you've delayed prescriptions. Maybe you've helped your kids or grandkids when you barely had enough yourself. This is not just a news story. This is about your life, your family, and your financial survival. If you rely on Social Security, January isn't just another month on the calendar. It sets the tone for the entire year. It decides whether you breathe a little easier or tighten the belt even more. And today, something just changed. Something that could affect your monthly payment, your budgeting plan, and how far your money really goes in 2026. But here's the twist. Most people haven't heard about it yet. Some headlines are confusing, others are misleading, and many Americans are left wondering, am I getting more money, less money, or exactly the same? That uncertainty creates stress, and stress impacts every decision you make. In this video, we're breaking it all down in simple language. No confusing government talk, no complicated charts. Just the real truth about what's happening with Social Security in January 2026 and what it means for you and your household. Stay with me, because the biggest detail comes later and you don't want to miss it. Mini summary. January 2026 matters more than you think. Something has shifted and your wallet could feel it. Let's break it down. Why people are confused and anxious. The biggest problem right now isn't just money, it's confusion. Millions of Americans are hearing bits and pieces about Social Security changes, but very few are getting the full picture. One article says payments are rising. Another says inflation adjustments might slow down. A third warns about purchasing power shrinking. So which one is true? The answer is parts of all of them. And that's what makes this situation so stressful for everyday people like you. You're trying to plan groceries, rent, medications, utilities, insurance, and suddenly the rules feel like they're shifting again. When you don't know what your January payment will look like, you can't confidently plan your future. Social Security is supposed to be stable, predictable, reliable, but rising prices have thrown that balance off. Even small changes in payment amounts can have big ripple effects on your monthly survival. A $30 difference could mean fewer groceries. A delayed increase could mean using credit cards again. Every dollar matters when you're living on a fixed income. What's making it even harder is that official updates often come in technical language that doesn't speak to real life. People don't want policy explanations. They want to know how much money hits their bank account and when. And that's where today's update becomes so important. Something just changed for January 2026. And it impacts expectations across the board. Mini summary. The real problem isn't just money, it's uncertainty. And uncertainty creates financial stress for families everywhere. Why inflation keeps stealing your buying power. Let's talk about the invisible enemy eating away at your paycheck, inflation. Even when your Social Security payment technically increases, prices often rise faster than your benefit. That means your money doesn't stretch as far as it used to. Think about it. A few years ago, a grocery cart cost one amount. Today, the same cart costs significantly more, even if you're buying fewer items. Utilities rise. Insurance premiums climb. Medical copays increase quietly every year. So even if you receive a small bump in Social Security, your real buying power may actually shrink. This creates a frustrating emotional cycle. You see an increase on paper, but you feel poorer in real life. Your bank account doesn't match your expectations. Your budget keeps breaking. Your savings disappear faster than planned. For seniors, disabled individuals, and survivors who rely heavily on Social Security, inflation isn't theoretical, it's personal. It impacts food quality, heating choices, healthcare access, and even social activities. It changes how you live, not just what you spend. And here's where January 2026 becomes critical. The adjustment tied to inflation directly impacts how your payment starts the year. If that adjustment is smaller than expected or calculated differently, your wallet could feel the squeeze all year long. This is why people are paying close attention right now. Something just shifted in the way expectations are being shaped. Mini summary. Inflation quietly reduces what your money can actually buy, and January's payment sets the tone for the entire year. What just changed? The big January 2026 update. Explained simply now. Let's get to the update everyone is talking about. What actually changed for January 2026? Instead of complicated formulas and government jargon, let's keep this simple. Social Security payments adjust based on inflation trends measured earlier in the year. Recent data shows inflation slowing slightly compared to previous spikes. That means future increases may not be as large as some people originally hoped. This doesn't mean payments are being cut, but it does mean expectations are being reset. Many Americans were anticipating a larger increase based on past inflation surges, but updated projections suggest the adjustment may be more modest. That's the change. The forecast shifted. Why does this matter? Because people often plan future budgets based on early predictions. When those predictions change, families have to adjust again, sometimes quickly. This shift impacts how much extra breathing room you might actually get in January. It also affects long-term planning. Smaller increases mean tighter margins, especially when everyday costs continue creeping upward. But here's where it gets interesting. This update isn't final yet. There's still more data coming, and that opens the door to something unexpected. Wait for it, because this next part could change how you view this entire update. Mini summary. The forecast for January 2026 payments shifted slightly lower than earlier expectations. Not a cut, but a reset in expectations. How this impacts your monthly budget. Let's bring this home to your kitchen table. Your budget isn't abstract. It's groceries, rent, medications, gas, phone bills, and emergencies. If your Social Security increase is smaller than expected, every category feels tighter. Maybe you plan to finally replace worn-out shoes. Maybe you hope to save a little extra for medical visits. Maybe you were counting on a little breathing room. A smaller adjustment changes those plans immediately. This doesn't mean disaster, but it does mean recalibration. Many families may need to rebalance spending, delay non-essential purchases, or increase budgeting discipline. And emotionally, that's exhausting. Constant adjustment wears people down. It creates decision fatigue. It makes every purchase feel stressful instead of normal. But knowledge is power. When you understand what's coming, you can prepare instead of panic. Knowing early allows you to protect your wallet instead of reacting later under pressure. Mini summary. Smaller changes still impact real-life budgets. Planning early helps protect stability. Why this isn't the final story. Here's the moment you've been waiting for. Even though forecasts shifted, the final numbers aren't locked in yet. Additional inflation data could still move the adjustment up or down before January arrives. That means there's still uncertainty, but also opportunity. If inflation spikes again, adjustments could improve. If inflation stays flat, expectations may stay conservative. This is why staying informed matters so much. Many people tune out after one headline and miss the updates that follow. The real story isn't finished yet. It's still unfolding, and those who stay alert often make better financial decisions than those who ignore updates. Mini summary. The January number isn't final yet. More data could still shift expectations. What you should be doing. Right now. Right now, the smartest move is awareness and preparation. Review your budget, track your spending, identify areas where flexibility exists. Small adjustments today can prevent big stress tomorrow. Consider building a tiny emergency buffer if possible. Even a few dollars saved weekly adds up. Also, avoid misinformation. Not every viral headline tells the full truth. Your best defense is accurate information and calm planning. Mini summary. Preparation beats panic. Small steps now protect your future stability. Why this matters for your family. 2. Your financial health impacts your family, whether it's helping adult children, supporting grandchildren, or maintaining independence. Stability protects relationships and dignity. When your finances are steady, your family feels safer too. Planning ahead helps everyone breathe easier. Mini summary. Your stability supports your family's stability. Staying informed in a fast-changing world. Information moves fast. Policies shift. Data updates. Staying connected to reliable updates keeps you ahead of surprises. Knowledge equals control in uncertain times. Mini summary. Stay informed to stay empowered. You're not alone. Millions of Americans are navigating the same pressure you are. You're not weak for feeling stressed. You're human. This system impacts real lives, real families, real futures. Mini summary. You're not alone in this journey. Looking ahead. With smart optimism, change doesn't always mean bad news. Sometimes adjustments stabilize long-term systems. Smart planning builds confidence. Your future can still be secure with informed decisions. Mini summary. Optimism grows when preparation grows. Your money matters. Your future matters. Your family matters. And staying informed gives you power in a world where financial rules keep shifting. January 2026 isn't just another date. It's a financial checkpoint for millions of Americans. Whether payments rise modestly or shift again, awareness keeps you prepared instead of surprised. Don't let headlines decide your peace of mind. Let knowledge guide your decisions. If this update helped you understand what's really happening, make sure you stay connected. Subscribe for ongoing updates. Turn on notifications, and share this video with anyone who depends on Social Security. Because the more informed you are, the stronger your financial future becomes. Your wallet deserves clarity, your family deserves stability, and your future deserves attention. Stay sharp, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next update.